All right, fun win. Great venue to do it at, and yeah, I think we accomplished a lot of things that we wanted to here for tonight. Getting our first road win, certainly having an opportunity to go, undefeated in our non-conference. Again, that's always a big goal of ours. And you played these different teams, different venues, and different challenges, and you got to be able to respond early in the season. And we've done that. I thought we grew some here this week. Again, our mentality, playing all three sides of the ball, I think we continue to get better. And so we've just, going in this bye week, there's going to be a ton of things that we have to get better, and still a lot from tonight. But, you feel this team kind of starting to feed off of each other, and that's such a difficult thing to kind of simulate as you go through spring, camp, all that, because it's always – you're going against each other, and all of a sudden you start playing on the same team a little bit, and there's a feel and flow of the game, and just building off of each other's momentum, and you could really feel that on the sideline tonight, I thought, more than the first two games. And so I'm proud of that, excited that we got a lot of work to do and a bye week here to do it before we jump into Big 12 play. And then I would also be totally wrong by not saying anything about our fans. I mean, wow. How many fans came out here to California to watch us play? It meant a lot to our team. Our guys noticed it. They helped create a really nice atmosphere in there for us. It was loud. It was a very pro-OU crowd, and which is something to say when you're that far away from home. And so another example of how now we're different, and our fan base, and kudos to them, and I can't tell them how much our staff, our players appreciated. It was a lot of fun.
Lincoln, could you talk about Jalen? He had a big night statistically, obviously, but what did you see out of him? What did you think about his play?
He played pretty good. He made a majority of plays he was supposed to make, and then made a couple that weren't good calls, or we didn't execute well, and made a couple there off script that were important plays. And so threw the ball well, took some steps from the last couple of weeks. Still laundry list of things to get better at. So that's how I'll approach it with him and everybody else this bye week.
Lincoln, if you look at your first quarters over your first three games, it's a mismatch statistically in total yards. Is that by design for you, or does that just show how well you guys are playing in games?
We've come out strong in a few of them. We played good team football in the early in games. We've gotten stops defensively. We've done what we need to do on special teams. We've been able to move the ball some offensively, and so we're playing good team football, and it showed up then. And we were able to sustain it a little bit longer tonight. Still not anywhere where we need to be, but it's steps. It's baby steps, but it's steps in the right direction. We just got to keep taking those and be mature enough as a team to continue to handle that, because we do some good things, but we are still so far away from where we think we can be.
Lincoln, what did you think about the offensive line?
I thought they played well. I thought they responded. They got challenged pretty hard this week. I thought they were aggressive, because, UCLA's got a big front. They are a big physical front. I don't know that we'll play a bigger front the rest of the season. And so to do some of the things we did in the run game against them, was really good. I thought we did a pretty good job in pass protection the majority of the night. Had a couple of penalties, but they weren't. I think they were. It certainly looked like to me just more aggressive. When you're playing hard and playing the style we do, you're going to have a couple of type penalties as opposed to just dumb ones. Took some steps, did a good job, and then I thought some of our young guys, especially Ian McIver coming in there, did some really nice things as well.
Lincoln, two questions. Has Eric Swinson solidified that job at left tackle, and how did the way that Jalen came out on that first drive, he accounted for every yard, how did that set the tone for you guys, everything he did?
Yeah, Swinson, he's doing well at left tackle, so is RJ. We feel like we got two guys that we can play with there, really two starters in a way, and RJ's done such a nice job being able to transition in and play multiple positions, and I think Eric's certainly progressing and probably played his best game here up to this point. He'll continue to get better too. So yeah, we've got two guys over there that we feel like we can win with. First quarter, or first drive, he got out loose on a couple scrambles. Obviously, I think the first play of the game, and that's the thing. I mean, we've got some good wideouts and some playmakers, some guys that are making some plays right now. And when you do cover us up, I mean, it's he's a threat to run. I mean, he's a good athlete. That's why you recruit good athletes and let them go play, because occasionally when it's not there, they can hurt you even worse.
Graham, can you talk about just defensively, 3 of 13 on 3rd down, and then also 4 sacks against a really athletic quarterback?
Yeah, no, the 3rd downs were good. I think a couple of the longs that we gave up, it's the ones we gave up are some of the ones sitting there saying there's no way we should. And so I know we'll be happy about the numbers, but there'll be a couple that we'll certainly want to have back. But yeah, I thought we got constant pressure. We caused several throwaways on the night. Both D-line and linebackers getting to them, and another athletic quarterback that certainly is difficult to get down. And so we're going to want to get him a few more times than we did, but we harassed him. I didn't think he was able to get comfortable very often, and then obviously getting the turnovers in the 4th down stop were huge.
How do you guys look at
Grant Cavalier and Lee Morris across the middle quite often?
Yeah.
Was that something y'all just kind of saw on the field that you thought maybe you could expect?
Just kind of played out that way. Those guys are good players for us, and they hadn't had a ton of opportunities in the first couple games. Just kind of how it's worked out. We've always got stuff in for those guys, and yeah, Jalen did a good job seeing the field, and they're both pretty big, reliable targets for us.
How do you look at that with your defense? I mean, you have an 18-yard sack, and then you give up a 42-yard run. It's
Yep.
up and down, but you're not really having. It doesn't seem like you're having a collapse defensively out there like maybe you've had in the past.
Yeah, I don't. This is about this year going forward. I think our mentality's growing. I see that when we do give up a big play, we keep swinging. And that's what great defenses do. Nobody, especially this day and age, nobody just shuts everybody down. It's just not that. You're going to give up plays when you play good people. It's going to happen, and how you respond is so important to that. And we did that a lot tonight, because there was a couple of times where you're like, man, we got them in a great situation. They convert, and air kind of gets let out of the whole deal, and you got to get back up and go play the next one. And our guys have done a good job cultivating that mentality. We were able to do that a little bit more tonight than we have in the first few games. We're going to have to keep doing it more and even better going forward.
Your general thoughts about UCLA, did they surprise you in any way, shape, or form, or did the game play out like you thought it could?
I don't ever get in my mind how I think games are going to play out, because you never know, And when you're playing a talented team, and 2, a team that the quality of coaches and how well coached they are. I mean, we were ready for anything, and I know mentally I was, whether it was tied or whether we separated, and we got off to such a good start, and then they got a little bit of momentum back there when they scored, and then I thought, we kind of delivered some haymakers there at the end of the half, by getting the turnover, punching a couple of those in, the ball to Rambo, and then getting the one in on the goal line on CD's run. It was just such a big momentum twist there, and then kind of the same thing happened. They got some momentum to the start of the half when they scored, stopped us, and they got the ball back, and we were able to kind of end their momentum quick, and we're able to sustain ours a little bit longer. So it's a great looking team, and again, the quality of coaches on that staff, so we knew it was going to be a battle, and it was.
You touched on it. Did the crowd surprise you? Did it feel like a home game as soon as you came out there?
I don't know, surprised. I mean, we always travel great, and it's not something we take for granted, because we know it's not easy for our fans. I know we've got a lot of fans here locally too, but yeah, to see all the people that came out that supported us, that stayed throughout the entire thing. Yeah, when you're half a country away, it's pretty damn cool.
Lincoln, I know it's only 3 games, but you guys are averaging more points and more yards on offense through the first 3 games compared to last year. I mean, what has Jalen done to help that early improvement?
Yeah, I'm not comparing it to last year. I mean, it's just a totally different set of circumstances. We're trying to find our own way offensively. We're making some big plays. We're still making too many mistakes. Still putting ourselves behind the chains with penalties too much. So, I mean, I don't know. We're making some plays, but we don't always judge it by the stats. We know our guys and our system well enough that we can go back and look and know, yes, we're doing some good things. I'm not sitting there and say we stink, but at the same time, we're going to have to get a lot better, and we can play a lot better regardless of what the stats say. And so we just got to keep doing that.
So how has Jalen grown through these first 3 weeks?
I think just trusting, what we're doing, especially getting into game time, trusting our system, trusting these other guys to make the plays. I just think he's just getting more in sync and more belief in it, and that's obviously a huge factor at the quarterback position. If they don't trust what you're doing and believe in it wholeheartedly, you got no shot.
A couple more.
Obviously, when CD got football in his hands, he did big things. Would you like to find a way to get the ball to him more?
Just kind of way it played out, I mean, yeah, he's a great playmaker, no doubt. He's he's a really good receiver and has played extremely well. But we got a lot of good players, and we don't solely rely on one guy. And I think that makes us tougher to defend. So he'll have his big moments. He had some really nice ones tonight, and he'll certainly keep having them.
Looking on defense, you got more stops. You got a couple of turnovers again. So your team continues to throw. Could you talk about that for the second straight week? Seems like they're growing up on you.
Yeah, the turnovers are big. They are. I mean, they're just such a. I mean, the obvious advantages in a game of getting them, but then just the momentum, of them. It's just, and you can just feel it through our whole team right now. I mean, you can just truly feel it, and so I think it's making our guys hungrier and hungrier to create more turnovers. And as we continue to get better, play cleaner, continue to grow in the system, we expect to get even more.
Your quarterbacks through 3 games, can you see the confidence growing?
The corners. Yeah, I think they're playing well. I noticed Jaden Davis a couple times tonight with some really good coverage, made some really nice open field tackles, one on the screen that looked like maybe he was about to get out that he made a hell of a play on. Yeah, I mean, I think we're covering well. I think, they're buying into, what Alex and Roy are coaching. They're getting better. We've got some depth. It's competitive, and we know we're going to continue to get challenged with the people we have coming up, and we got to keep growing.
All right, thanks everybody.